2024 will be a solid year for new roller coasters opening at parks all across the world. And here are the grades that I'm going to give each of these new major coasters based on what we know at the time of this video. These grades are based on my opinions, and we are all allowed and entitled to have our own. So be sure to share your grades with me at the end of the video. Heading to Six Flags Great Adventure for Flash Vertical Velocity, and I'm going to give this new coaster a C, and here is why. While I love everything about this new Vekoma Super Boomerang, the only reason why I gave this edition a C is simply due to the fact of capacity and why Great Adventure. This awesome looking coaster would have been much better placed at a smaller park like Six Flags America, Discovery Kingdom, or even St. Louis. This coaster will be extremely popular at Great Adventure, and the lines will be moving at a turtle pace with only having one train ops. Thunderbolt Playland, an A+. Zamperla, you be making moves in 2024, and that's great for Cedar Point and Vancouver's Playland. Anytime a smaller park takes a chance and adds a coaster as large as this one, I am in favor of it. This will become Canada's best launch coaster when it opens until 2025. Bobcat, Six Flags Great Escape, and I'm going to give this new edition an A, which brings me to this. I have a very serious question to ask. Who would have ever predicted that in the same exact year, both Great Escape and Dorney Park would be opening up new coasters? I know I did not predict that, but I'm loving it. Bobcat looks like a great twisted, out-of-control family wooden coaster, and I predict that it's going to be a huge success for the Great Escape. A solid addition that will instantly become the second best, if not the best in the park when it opens. Penguin Trek, B-. While I give SeaWorld Orlando an A+ for finally investing in a family coaster that offers a lower height requirement than 48 inches, I don't think this was the best type of coaster for the Orlando park. There are a few other manufacturers out there that would have provided a coaster just like Penguin Trek for a lot less money, which could have meant for a longer roller coaster. Needless to say, I'm very excited about Penguin Trek, but it's not the type of coaster that I would have added if I was calling the shots. Because if it was me, I would have called up Gerstlauer and added a coaster something like Fire Chaser Express that offers a launch, a reverse launch, and a lift hill, giving the park a ride that would offer a lot more marketing power behind it. Choco Chip Creek, Energylandia, B+. You're going to experience 3 lift hills during this almost 4,000 foot long Vekoma Mine Train coaster. And while that does sound impressive, judging by the POV of this ride, it just seems to offer an average ride experience. At least Energylandia is getting this new family coaster because we don't know how long they're going to have to wait until they get their next coaster, which is Uncharted Waters for this up and coming park in Poland. Palindrome, Cotaland, B+. While this Gerstlauer Shuttle Infinity Coaster looks great and all, and it's not only a solid addition to this new Texas park, but it's also unique, I just get hung up with, will this coaster ever get built? And with those concerns, I'm going to give it a B+. Hot Wheels Twin Mill Racer, which is located at the Mattel Adventure Park in Arizona, and I'm going to give it a B+. We really don't know much about the world's second ever Chance Hyper GTX coaster, and that is unfortunate for this new ride. With that said, from what we know now, I can only give this ride a B+. Six Flags Over Georgia, which is opening the brand new Intamin Ultra Surf coaster, and I'm going to give this a C+. Now the good news is, at least Six Flags Over Georgia is getting a new coaster, even though they haven't named it yet, which also happens to be their first major one since Twisted Cyclone opened in 2018. Now the bad news is, the new Intamin Ultra Surf will offer horrible capacity, and when you pair that with the Over Georgia operations, you're in for a very long and frustrating line. However, these rides do look awesome. I just wish that Six Flags paid the extra money for a station that offers a turntable so they can operate this attraction with 2 trains. Fire in the Hole A+. First opening in 1972, Fire in the Hole was Silver Dollar City's first ever coaster. This dark ride / roller coaster has been thrilling riders for decades, and now sadly, the ride has reached the end of its lifespan. But the great news is, Silver Dollar City is rebuilding Fire in the Hole and making it better than ever. The park is spending $30 million on this attraction, and they handed the keys over to RMC for them to build this new family coaster for the park. It's hard to not love everything that we know about the new Fire in the Hole, and this newer version of the attraction will offer an unforgettable experience for riders for decades to come. All-American Triple Loop, Indiana Beach. And don't kill me for this, but I'm going to give it a C+, because I really do love seeing this classic Schwarzkopf coaster getting rebuilt. And I am very thankful that Indiana Beach is doing just that. But the question is, will it actually open in 2024? We shall see. If you plan on riding one of these awesome new coasters in 2024, then I recommend doing so in some Keep Riding Coasters merch with maximum airtime and thrills in mind. Be sure to check out keepridingcoasters.com. Phoenix Rising, Busch Gardens Tampa, B+. In my opinion, this coaster would have been a better choice for SeaWorld Orlando, but instead it's opening at Busch Gardens Tampa, and I just feel like a launched Intamin coaster that offers the 4-wheeler themed trains would have been a better fit for this attraction. Snoopy's Soapbox Racers, Kings Island, A-. The last time Kings Island added a new roller coaster to their kids area was way back in 2001, which was 3 years before I started working there. So this project is definitely past due, and I could not be happier with this new family Vekoma Boomerang for the park. Not only will this become a very popular ride among beginner enthusiasts, it will also be a great ride for all of us as well. Now, we just have to wait for KI's biggest question mark, maybe ever, the Vortex replacement. And you have to check out just how Kings Island could fit in their most twisted, insane coaster yet in this video right here. Mooka, this brand new Intamin single rail coaster is getting an A from me. And the reason why is, the layout looks like a ton of fun, and some of these elements just look gorgeous. I really do love this fit for this Walibi park, since it's not one of the larger parks in France, and that is why I think it's a great fit, due to this coaster not offering the best capacity. And I love that the park is finally adding its first launch coaster. Turbo Turtle Power, located at Nickelodeon Universe in China, and I'm going to give this an A+. And while this insane looking Intamin coaster was supposed to open up before 2024, it sadly got pushed back. But you are looking at the world's best indoor coaster when it comes to airtime, inversions, and excitement. It's too bad that Turbo Turtle Power is located in China and isn't easier for most of us to get to. Holiday World Good Gravy, A+. In 2015, Holiday World shocked us all when they announced that they were going to be adding a brand new B&M launched wing coaster. I don't think that anyone thought that the park would be getting a brand new Vekoma family boomerang coaster as their next one. But I really do love this fit. In fact, this coaster and the theme is just perfect for Holiday World, and this ride will do huge things for this amazing park. I'm going to give Iron Menace a B. Dorney Park finally gets a new roller coaster, and it's not a relocated inverted coaster. And for that, the park gets an A+. And while Iron Menace does look great, I just wish the layout did a little bit more. Maybe instead of a 95-degree drop, then inversion, 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 they should have replaced one of the inversions with an airtime hill or some high-speed turns added in between. Maybe it's just me, but the layout for Iron Menace seems very repetitive. Circuit Breaker, Cotaland, A+. Texas could be getting its best coaster in 2024. That's if it's open by then. Along with Palindrome that I mentioned earlier in the video, this up-and-coming Texas park has an opportunity to really flourish and grow if it would ever get their rides finally built. Needless to say though, when built, Circuit Breaker will become a top 3 coaster in Texas because this Vekoma tilt coaster just looks insane. Top Thrill 2, Cedar Point, B-. Now before you give this video a dislike because of this grade, let me explain. Cedar Point 100% gets an A+ for bringing Top Thrill dragster back and better than ever. However, due to the capacity concerns and how far the train will travel up the 420-foot tall spike, oh, and not to mention the mediocre first launch at only 74 miles an hour, I just feel like Top Thrill 2 could have been better. Maybe I'm being greedy, maybe I'm not. But just imagine if the launch track offered a bunny hill that riders would experience 3 times instead of the very long straight section of track. I'm going to give Hyperia an A. Thorpe Park finally ended their coaster drought with this beautiful hypercoaster from Mock Rides. Hyperia looks stellar and will become the tallest and fastest roller coaster in the UK when it opens. But most importantly, the coaster will become one of the best in the entire world simply due to these insane looking elements. While I really wanted to give Hyperia an A+, I only wish it was a little bit longer. I just know that once my son is tall enough to ride it in a few years, this will be on the list of coasters for us to ride first. Voltron, A+. Everyone raves about how great Europa Park really is. And honestly, I get it. The hype is real, and Europa Park needs to be a bucket list park for all of us. Especially when they're about to open up a brand new top 10 worthy coaster. This is an all-new concept from Mock Rides called a Striker Coaster, and Voltron just looks incredible. I honestly do not know how you can watch the POV of this ride and not think about how it would blow up your top 25 list if you're able to ride it. Now do not experience 2024 without checking out one of these must-visit parks on this top 10 right here. And I'm curious, has anyone been to all 10 of these parks yet? So that wraps up how I grade each new 2024 major roller coaster. Which coasters do you think I was a little too harsh on or nice with when it comes to the grades that I gave them? Let me know in the comments, and as always, thank you so much for watching. Remember to smile today, think positive, and keep riding coasters.